There comes a time in a man's life when he begins to understand that strength is not found in muscle alone. It's not in how much he can lift or how far he can run. It's found in something deeper, something quiet, something resilient. It's found in his ability to endure, to adapt, to rise again after every fall. It's found in how he takes care of himself, not to impress the world, but to honor the life he's been given. And as the years stretch beyond 60, a new chapter begins. One where the body whispers instead of shouts, where signals are subtle, where health becomes more than a goal, it becomes a necessity. And for many men, this chapter brings with it a silent struggle, one not often spoken of, but deeply felt. A heaviness, a pressure, a disruption in the flow of daily life. A symptom that begins in the night, in the bathroom, in the pause that lingers too long. It is the prostate, that small, walnut-sized gland, once forgotten, now suddenly making its presence known. It begins to enlarge, not with violence, but with slow persistence. You feel it in the interrupted sleep, in the urgency, in the hesitation before the stream, in the discomfort that follows. It's not life-threatening, but it steals quality. It steals ease, it steals confidence, and in the quiet hours of the night, it steals rest. But you must know this, it is not your fault, it is not your punishment, it is not the end, it is simply a signal, a message from your body that now is the time to return to care. Now is the time to choose healing, not through fear but through wisdom, through habit, through nature, through the sacred discipline of giving your body what it needs. Every single day, because the prostate, like any part of you, responds to love, to movement, to nourishment, to consistency. And yes, it can shrink, it can soften, it can release the tension it's holding, but only if you decide to meet it with presence, with intention, with 3 simple, yet powerful habits that, when practiced daily, begin to transform your body from the inside out. The first habit begins with movement, not just any movement, but targeted, intentional motion that restores flow to your lower body. Because when you sit too long, blood stagnates, the pelvic region becomes tense, circulation weakens, inflammation sets in, and the prostate begins to swell not because it wants to, but because it's surrounded by stillness, by pressure, by neglect. So you must move not just to burn calories, but to invite healing. A 30-minute walk each day is not about fitness, it's about function. It restores oxygen to your pelvic area. It massages your internal organs through gentle motion. It signals your lymphatic system to clear toxins. And most importantly, it reduces the hormones that drive prostate growth, like DHT, a derivative of testosterone that clings to the prostate like a weight. Walking helps regulate this. Stretching helps release it. Yoga and pelvic exercises help strengthen the muscles that support the gland. Every step is a message to your body. I am alive. I am flowing. I am choosing life. And while movement stirs healing, nourishment sustains it. The second habit lives on your plate, in the food you choose, in the meals you prepare with intention, because what you eat becomes who you are. Every cell, every hormone, every signal sent to your prostate begins in the kitchen. And the foods that harm are many processed meats, dairy, sugar, fried food, excessive red meat. These feed inflammation. They fuel prostate enlargement. They confuse your body's balance, but the foods that heal, they are simple. They are whole. They are born of the earth. Tomatoes rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that targets the prostate directly. Pumpkin seeds, filled with zinc, a mineral that supports hormone balance. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, they flush out toxins that irritate the gland. Green tea, rich in catechins, reduces DHT. Turmeric, with its golden fire, eases inflammation like a bomb. And water, do not forget, water. Your prostate is thirsty, not for soda, not for beer, but for clear living water. Drink throughout the day. Let it cleanse your system. Let it cool the internal fire. Let it flow through you, washing away what no longer serves. Each meal you eat is either a medicine or a slow poison. You must decide. But even with movement and nourishment, the third habit is one most men overlook, yet it may be the most powerful of all. It is the habit of release, not physical, but emotional. Because the prostate, according to ancient medicine, is not just a gland, it is a storehouse, a place where male energy gathers, where tension is held, where unspoken fears reside. And over time, this unexpressed pressure becomes physical. Stress is not just in the mind, it lives in the body. Chronic stress raises cortisol, lowers immunity, and fuels inflammation. It blocks circulation, it disturbs sleep, and it tightens the pelvic floor like a clenched fist. Your prostate feels this. It tightens in response. It swells, not just from what you eat, but from what you hold inside. So you must learn to let go, to breathe, to soften, to forgive yourself, to speak what has remained silent, to ask for help, to rest without guilt. Meditation, journaling, prayer, these are not luxuries. They are therapies. They calm the storm within. They lower cortisol. They balance your hormones. They invite healing deeper than medicine can reach. Imagine waking up each day with a new rhythm. You rise and stretch. You walk in nature. You breathe deeply. You eat a breakfast filled with life. You hydrate. You move with intention. And you sit quietly, not to escape but to feel, to connect, to thank your body for carrying you all these years, to promise it that from now on, you will listen. This is not fantasy. This is not idealism. This is a path, a way forward, a return to health that is yours to claim. And every man who has walked this path before you did not do it by chance. He did it by habit, by repetition, by choosing healing over hiding, by replacing fear with faith. Because you were not made to suffer in silence, you were made to thrive. Your prostate does not have to define you. It is not your identity. It is simply one part of a magnificent system, asking for care. And when you give that care, day by day, change begins. Not overnight, but gradually. The urgency softens. The nights become easier. The discomfort fades. The flow returns. Your confidence grows. Your energy rises. You feel like yourself again, not the man you were at 20, but the man you are now, wiser, stronger, more aware. This is your life, your chapter, your healing, and it begins not in the doctor's office, but in the quiet decisions you make every day. To move, to nourish, to release. These are your tools. This is your power. This is your healing. You deserve to feel peace in your body. You deserve to rest through the night. You deserve to live without fear of the next interruption, the next urgency, the next appointment. You deserve to feel free again, grounded, present, whole. And it begins with one choice, one step, one breath, one meal. Let this be your moment, not of desperation, but of decision. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not alone. You are a man in his fullness, a man reclaiming his health, a man walking in wisdom. And as you continue this path, your body will rise to meet you. Your prostate will soften. Your nights will lengthen. Your strength will return, and you will know, deep in your heart, that this is not the end. It is the beginning of a life lived with care, with clarity, with power. And most of all, with peace.